Talkin in Prescott Valley today. I'm Gloria Gross with the Chamber, filling in for Marnie. We're glad to have you here. Thank you to the Event Center, Prescott Valley Event Center, for letting us have this time here to share some things that are going on. We always have so many events going on in our area that it's hard to keep up with them, but we like to share them with you guys, and we know it runs for about a month on our local channels. Thank you to Mark and Eddie for being here and helping us with this and taping it for us and making us look good. 10 pounds lighter, right, guys? Has to be, right? Okay, our first guests today are Carla and Lane, and they're going to be talking about the 5th annual Shakespeare in the Pines. Carla, tell us what's going on.
Well, this is our 5th year, unbelievably, doing Shakespeare out at the Highland Center for Natural History.
Nice.
And the weather's absolutely fabulous for us right now.
It is
Wish we got
gorgeous.
some rain, but it's nice to be out there under the night sky. The
Yes.
stars are so brilliant out there. And this weekend, the 15th and 16th, and next weekend, the 22nd and 23rd, there will be Shakespeare to experience out there under the pines.
Under the Pines. That'll be a great time.
And it's just such a wonderful place to work because it's 10, 15 degrees cooler out there. You get out there under the trees, especially as the sun starts to go down. It's just beautiful, beautiful evenings.
And you almost need a jacket, don't you? 'Cause it
Last
gets a
week we
little
did at
cool.
rehearsals, and I was like, we
Yeah.
better tell people bring a jacket. Last night it was perfect.
Oh, I bet. So what part do you play, Lane?
I'm playing Malvolio, who is an
Arrogant son of a gun.
yes, he is.
Okay,
And
that's a nice
she's
way of putting it, huh?
she's the director, so she's allowed to say.
Oh,
So
Carla.
yeah, but Malvolio is full of himself, we'll say, and it's one of Shakespeare's most famous comedies. Twelfth Night is, and the scenes with Malvolio are very, very well known. Very.
He gets taken down a peg or two by the other people in the household who don't like his attitude toward them, and so
So there's
they
drinking and carousing and singing
and they keep him up late at night, which he doesn't appreciate. So he tells them off, and they decide that they're going to get even, and they get even in a big way.
yeah.
Sounds like a fun show.
It is fun.
It is.
We
It's a
like
lot
to
of
do
fun.
comedies out at the Highland Center in the summer, and we get a lot of people from not only from the Prescott area, but up from the valley and from over in the Sedona area, and it's just a really fun, nice evening of theater. There's food, there's wine, there's beer.
Food.
The food is catered by El Gato Azul.
Oh, they always do a great job.
They do a good job, and I've seen the menu, and I don't know, the food's not going to stop, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
It's long. And local brews from, I'm trying to get it, I want to say the right thing, Lonesome Valley Brewing
Oh, okay.
is providing the beer, and wine, and lemonade, water, and reception starts pre-show at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So there's time to come and enjoy the food and just stand out there with your friends and look at the beautiful natural history out there. The Discovery Gardens opened last year, so it's a really nice place to walk around now. Not that it wasn't before, but there's a lot of beautiful
Paved
things
trail.
to see, and paved trail, and so that's just the beginning, and then the actors go on stage during the reception. So don't go to the theater too early because you might miss something.
Oh, nice.
So one of the things that we like to do is kind of environmental theater, and having the actors in the crowd, around the crowd, throughout the crowd. So you
That's
never know. You
good.
might be standing right next to somebody who's part of the show.
Wow. Now you'll be in costume, though. Full costume for this show,
Everybody's
then?
in full costume. This is, we decided to date it a little after Shakespeare's death. We felt that this was a real restoration comedy in its style, and so the costumes are restoration style. So
nice.
lots of beautiful costumes, swords, some non-firing pistols. People don't need to worry. Pirates, wenches, all that.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
It is fun.
Man, that's
Yeah.
going to be a great two weekends.
And we're really happy to partner with the Highland Center for Natural History
Oh,
and all
yes.
the work they do for educating kids, because this is really a fundraiser for them. And so it's a $60 ticket, I think, still this year. But it's a fundraiser for the Highland Center for Natural History, and it supports their nature programs that they do for
Right.
children. And but when you think about it, dinner and a show for $60 is
know.
not a bad deal anyway.
That's
Deserted
not a bad
intermission by Petite Treats. They do
Oh
some really
my
nice
goodness!
things.
Wow, that's
yes,
worth it
so
alone. The food is worth it
the
alone.
food is worth it. The show is worth it, and supporting the work of the Highland Center is a really great thing. And just being able to perform outside
Oh yes.
is, I think Shakespeare wrote his plays for a theater that had no roof, and it works really well out in the open air with, with the trees and the sky and the breeze blowing through. All of that just adds to the experience and makes it very different, very worthwhile.
Oh, I imagine. I haven't been to one. I guess I should just bite the bullet and buy a ticket and go, because this one sounds like it would be a really fun one.
It's
to
a lot of
attend.
fun. We've got some great young people as the love interests, and they're fun to watch. And
Yep. And we have twins that were split up in a shipwreck, and
the show starts with a shipwreck. Now, we don't have an ocean out at the Highland Center, but we're doing a pretty good job of making it convincing. So, miles from any
wow.
major body of water, we're still
still have a shipwreck.
have a
Still a
shipwreck.
shipwreck. Well, that's awesome. That sounds like so much fun. And I see on your flyer that you have a lot of sponsors that have helped you. Do they do like raffle prizes or?
No, there's
No,
no
they're just
raffle prizes,
sponsor
but
for you?
yeah, we are supported strongly by LAM. And they usually have some cars out there for you to
nice.
look at.
Uh-huh.
Just a little
Get
extra,
envious. Mhm.
something to browse while you're waiting for the gates to open.
Yeah.
And a lot of other sponsors who are have always been really supportive and really great about helping with the setup and the reception and making sure that everything is a really high quality experience for
That's
that
great.
audience.
And that's this weekend and next weekend both. So
Added 2 shows this
how
year.
would they get tickets if they wanted tickets?
If you go to highlandcenter.org, there is a link to their ticketing site. It's really easy to buy tickets online, or you can call them at 776-9550. But highlandcenter.org, and it'll take you right to the ticketing site.
That's
Very easy.
awesome. And this is Highland Center for Natural History, and Lark Productions presents the 5th annual Shakespeare in the Pines 12th night, or what you will. The June 15th and 16th and 22nd, 23rd. You need to show up for this one. It's going to be awesome. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back to Talkin in Prescott Valley. Here I'm Gloria filling in for Marnie today. Thank you to Mark and Eddie again for being here and helping us do this and have this show and runs on the local channels for you so you can see and hear what's going on in our area because there's so much going on. I have with me now from the Prescott Valley Event Center Scott Norton, who is the general manager here. He has a lot of things going on, and so he's going to tell us what he's got going on.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, of course. It's great to be here. This week we've got Arizona Sunshine, which is the free healthcare event, which will be taking place Thursday and Friday here. Great community community event. So
It
we're
is.
setting up for that. Just got done with a quilt show expo this past weekend, so slows down a little bit for us event-wise during the summer. But we have a lot of capital improvement projects going. We're doing some interior and exterior painting on the facility, as well as upgrades to our locker rooms and different areas of the facility. So we kind of take that opportunity to do some capital improvements during the summer.
Yeah, that's a good time to do it, huh?
It is, and in the building, it's, I equate it to kind of like a hotel. It's
Yeah.
11 years old, so you got to start replacing stuff.
Yeah.
And looking at other potential upgrades from a customer service standpoint.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. Yeah, looking forward
That is
to
good
it.
stuff. Always something going on here, though. What else do you have coming up, like in July?
July, we've got some private events mostly.
Oh, okay.
But we do have, for the first time ever in August 25th, we're on sale for it right now, our first ever Enduro Cross event,
Oh, I've
which is
heard
an indoor
that.
motorcycle racing. Very cool. It's also going to have an exterior element, which will be an electric mountain bike track that you can pay $10 and get on an electric mountain bike and go through this track out here in front of the box office. So that'll be very, very cool. We got some other holds for some concerts. Those are kind of hit or miss depending on, whether the deals can come together. And then working on a monster truck event, which will be a lot of fun. And then obviously with the Suns will start. They've got a camp this summer that we're working with them on, and as well as a training camp. So, lots of good stuff going on. So.
Oh, always.
Yes.
Always something going on in this area. It's so hard to keep up with everything and keep it all on your calendar. Go, okay, now what's going on? You can stay busy all the time if you want to.
Yeah, and of course we have the second year of our big PRCA rodeo, the
Yes,
Turquoise Circuit
yes,
Finals,
Turquoise Circuit,
which will
yeah.
be bigger and better for this year. Some new elements and so forth going on with that. So, on those events we're working. I mean, really our work is 90 to 120 days out in terms
Oh,
of
yeah.
promoting those events. So,
Oh, definitely.
and then consistently booking other stuff. So.
Right. So if somebody wanted to call you about something, what number would they call?
928-458-8784.
Okay.
Or they can certainly track us down on our website, which is another thing that we're actually building a completely new website for the facility, which should be up in
Nice.
about 6 to 8 weeks.
Mhm.
So that'll be a lot more user friendly than it's been.
Oh, good.
So for event information, that's really our point of our first touch point, if you will. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Scott. Is there anything else you want to share before we close out?
I
our
wish I
segment here?
could. Some of the
I
stuff
know.
we're working on,
It's
but
a
it's one of
secret.
those, or you don't want to say it before it happens. But that's the way
right.
the business is. But
Yeah.
we continue to get a lot of interest from promoters and third parties and so forth.
Good.
So the building's busy, and I think when people come to the next event, they'll see a marked improvement in terms of some of the aesthetics around the building,
Good. That's
which is
awesome.
always a good thing. So
It is a good thing. Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you so
having me.
much for being here and sharing what you can with us, and we'll look forward to some surprises later on.
yes, check our website,
Okay.
PrescottValleyEventCenter.com.
All right. Thank
All
you
right.
so much,
Thanks,
Scott.
Gloria.
We love having our guests on, and the Event Center is so gracious to let us use this time. So we want to be sure we fill it with lots of things that are going on. The Zoo Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary is coming on, and we have some animals here that we're excited to show off. So Ron Brasher is here. He's the marketing and events coordinator for the zoo right now.
How you doing?
So Ron, welcome to our show.
Well, thank you, Gloria. Good to see you. As you said, I'm Ron with the Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary. Just here, she's getting some of our animals out here. Just wanted to tell some of the events that we have coming up. One thing we're doing this summer all the way till the end of August is we're going to have our Saturday evenings at the zoo. We're going to stay open till 8 o'clock on Saturdays all the way through August.
Nice.
And what's nice about that, when it's really warm during the summer, the
Oh,
animals
yeah.
don't come out as much, and it's hot for us to even be out there.
Right.
So it's nice to be a little cooler. So actually, we have a lot more animal activity when you start getting around 6:30. So
Right.
we invite everyone to please come out. A couple other things that we have. We're going to go from night to more of the morning.
Okay.
We have a Zoo Littles program, which is for 3 to 5-year-olds. And what we do is we have them come out. They do a lot of fun, engaging things. They're in the garden. They're doing a lot of they're trying to focus on plant life, soil sustainability, as well as food sources, our animals, and water conservation, which is nice. And that's going to be on most Wednesdays during the summer and every other Saturday. And then we also have Zoo Camp, which goes from ages 6 through 12, and that is a wonderful program. It's all day, and well, it's all week, and you come out and you actually, I mean, they're behind the scenes doing things that the public can't do. They're doing a lot of fun things. They take hikes to the lake that's right next door. They do water activities. You can hear our animals.
They want out. They want
I have
out.
a few more we'll talk about, but I'll go ahead and let Diane talk about some of the
I forgot,
tortoises.
Diane. I should have introduced you.
Sorry.
She is here, and she is going to help with our little guys that are coming. Aw, look at the little baby turtle.
So we have 2 tortoises. These
Tortoises.
are, really the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. Turtles are mostly in the water. They do
okay.
have webbed feet or flippers.
Uh-huh.
Tortoises are not made to go in the water. Most of them can't swim, so you don't want to put a tortoise in the water. Also,
Okay.
their feet are more trunk-like, so they don't
okay.
have the webbed feet. So if you don't
Yeah.
know, just by looking at them, you can tell. But these actually are called radiated tortoises, and they're very endangered. They're native to Madagascar, and they're on loan to us during the summer from the Surprise Spring Foundation. And they do a lot of research and rehabilitation and breeding of endangered reptiles. So these you're not going to see at a pet store or anything. They're very, very rare. This is just a baby. They can get up to be about 35 pounds. They can
Wow.
also live over 130 years, so long
goodness.
time. So he's just about a year old. This is a tiny little guy, super cute, and they
he
just
is
have beautiful
cute.
faces. They're called radiated tortoises because of their marking on their shell. You can't tell as easily when they're young, but as they get a little bigger, they start having more of this sunburst pattern on their shell. Very
Oh, how
beautiful.
pretty is that?
So yeah, these are neat little guys.
Gorgeous.
And we do have an event coming up that Ron's going to tell us a little bit more about.
We're going to stop for just a second, and we're going to take a short break before we go into that, and then we'll finish up with them and then the macaw that's coming out that is gorgeous. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
The following is a public service announcement test to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before you head out on the water. Let us begin. Are you a pelican? Does this look like your house? Is this your idea of fishing with friends? Do you use your feet as fishing hooks? Are you your own boat? Do you have webbed feet? No, I mean like a... That's the one. Do you want this in your favorite lake? Yuck, yike. No thanks, mister. Regardless how you answered, you need to be licensed and registered because it helps local conservation efforts protect the very natural resources you enjoy boating and fishing in for generations to come. Do your part at takemefishing.org.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to Talkin in Prescott Valley today. We were talking to Diane and Ron from the Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary, and they brought the tortoises out for us to see. And you were going to tell us what was going on, something special with the tortoises.
Yes, we have breakfast with the animals. We do once a month, and on July 14th, we're going to be doing it with the tortoises.
Oh,
and it's actually going to be with the
nice.
Galapagos turtles, which are, I think the lightest one's about 240 some pounds. They're very large turtles. And what's really nice about this event is you're actually going to be able to interact with them. You're going to be able to feed them some lettuce, which is pretty neat. So instead of just, we have a breakfast, it's actually great food. Good breakfast, and then we talk about the animal, then there's going to be a little interaction. So that's really nice. And then we also have a couple of things I want to talk about. Zoo by Moonlight is going to be July 27th, and Zoo by Moonlight is when we close the park at 5, but then we're going to reopen it at 8 o'clock, and we're open until 9:30. So you want to bring a flashlight. It's a pretty cool event, and it's going to be when the moon is out and it's really bright. So, and then we have the other animal that is ready to talk.
He is quite the little entertainer.
Can you put him back on the other
Sure.
hand so the camera can see?
Yeah, this is Max. I just wanted to let you see his feathers. His beautiful
Oh,
color.
he is gorgeous.
Max is called a blue and gold macaw. Macaw is just one type of parrot. Parrot's just more of a general term, so you can call him a parrot, but he is a blue and gold macaw. They're native to Central and South America. They are rainforest birds. Although Max is Arizona native, he was hatched here. He's actually about 27 years old, which is still pretty young. Most people are surprised to hear that they can live as long as humans can. So 80 plus is very possible as long as they're taken care of properly. Unfortunately, they do live so long, a lot of people aren't prepared for that. So it's definitely something you want to think about putting them into your will or having some sort of plan to keep for them. They are very, very smart, about as smart as a 2 to 3 year old child. So you imagine the mischief a 2-year-old can get into. Imagine one that
can do it, huh?
lives for 80 years and has a beak like like that. So they are vegetarians, basically. They're going to eat things like fruits, nuts, seeds, flowers, leaves, things like that. You definitely want to make sure they have a varied diet. It's real important. A lot of people do just feed them seed, and that's kind of like us just eating, donuts. It's awesome. It tastes good. They love it, but it's not great for them.
It's not good.
So I want to try and give them as much variety as possible. And he's definitely a bird that you could see every day at the Heritage Park Zoo.
And he is gorgeous. Now, does he talk or?
He does say a few things. He can say hello. He laughs. He says good bird. A lot of it, though, is kind of when he feels like it. Again, like a 2-year-old, they don't always cooperate. But he does wave. Let's see if
I
we can
saw
get
him
to
doing
it.
that.
Can you wave?
Ago.
Can you say
Can you
hi?
wave?
Can you say hi?
Wave.
Say hi.
He's
like, no,
not
there's too
doing
much
it.
other things going on.
Was that a pistachio you gave
It
him?
was a pistachio, yeah. We give
Okay.
him a few things like that for treats, and then his main diet is
Nice.
pellets that are made for parrots, as well as fruits and vegetables and a few things like that.
Now, do they let you pet them? I mean, is he?
Well,
not.
again, a lot like humans, we don't like strangers really coming up and,
Yeah.
hugging us and rubbing our heads and things like that. They're the same way. They have to get to know you for a little while. They are very family oriented. Out in the wild, they would live in a flock, and their ability to copy sound is because in the wild they do copy their family's call. So and they're all a little bit distinctive. So when you get one, you become its family. It wants to learn your call as well.
Right.
So that's how they mimic sound. But they do have to get to know you a little bit before they're
sure.
comfortable with you touching and holding them, basically.
Have you been over to the store in Prescott Valley, the Happy Parrot?
I've heard of it. I haven't been there yet, though.
He has a lot of beautiful birds over there, and he has a couple of macaws too, and they're gorgeous. But they are birds and personal birds, but they do have others that they sell. But yeah, theirs are very
They can
them
get
only.
quite loud.
Yes, they are.
Another thing you want to consider is, their bodies are made for flights. They have a really high oxygen turnover rate, which means any airborne toxins are going to go through their body a lot faster than they would for a human. So you have to be very careful about sprays and toxic fumes and things like that around them.
So he does fly? Does he fly?
He doesn't fly. No,
He
his
doesn't,
wings are
okay.
trimmed just for safety. It's kind of a misconception that they're born just kind of knowing how to fly.
Yeah.
Just like our wild birds around here, people call all the time, say they have there's a bird on the ground and it's injured. It's actually just learning how to fly. It takes them time, just like us learning how to walk. They have to be encouraged by their parents. They have to practice. And so it does take him a while. And since he never really learned, we trim his wings, which is just basically like getting a haircut for us. There's no nerve endings or anything in there. So it's totally safe for him. But it's safer that way if he does get out. We'll make sure that he can't get somewhere that he'll get stuck.
Yeah. Definitely. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. I know. I love coming up there, and I was telling you guys earlier before we started that we've brought our grandkids out to the Moonlight one, and they love it. They love coming out and seeing all the animals, and of course having their flashlights to go around everywhere and look at stuff. And
it's a great
it is
opportunity.
fun.
Even the ones that aren't nocturnal usually are
Yes.
out just because it's cooler, and they all enjoy the
is.
cooler
Yeah,
temperatures
they
for
love
sure.
it.
Yeah.
What does she have going on?
Well, we have a
Ron?
couple other things. This is actually, forgot to mention, it's our 30th anniversary. So,
Wow.
Yes, they opened.
30th anniversary.
They opened in 1988, so 2018 is 30 years. So a lot of our logos now are saying 30th anniversary, so we get that out there and let people know. And I want to say one thing about Max. If you ever do book an event, please call us. We love to do events at the zoo. And Max, a lot of times, is a greeter. So you can have him come out so when your guests come in, which is pretty neat. Now, another thing I did want to talk about, first off, just so you guys know, heritageparkzoo.org is our website. So please go there. All of our events are listed there. Shows you how, more details where you can buy tickets and things like that. Our big event's going to be coming up in October 7th. It's called Taste of the Wild, and this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. Right now, the tickets are $75 after July 1st, but if you buy it before, there's $10 off. It's $65. This event, we're going to be doing New Year's in October. It's a huge event.
Nice.
Like I said, it's our biggest one. It's sort of, get to dress up. There's going to be a lot of food, wine, some good adult beverages. It is for over 21.
Okay.
So we got to make sure people know
Glad we're
that.
clarifying that.
But yeah, we have a lot of the breweries will come out. We have the wineries that'll come out. A lot of the different restaurants in town are going to be there. So it's a great event. We're going to have a great silent auction with lots of items. And it's just a really fun time. So.
And we will have you on when it gets closer so you can
Yes.
talk more about that and about tickets and how they can get tickets and, how
Usually
all that works.
online, we do have it set up where you can call us and make sure I give you the right phone number. It's 928-778-4242.
All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything other? We've got 30 seconds left.
30
anything
seconds
else
left.
you want to share real quick?
You got anything you would like to say?
He was
Max may
waving. I
say
don't know if you
something.
saw it or not, but he was waving. He's a good boy, huh, Max?
Yeah, we do rescues as well at the zoo.
Yes.
Most all of our animals are rescue animals that either
Yeah.
came injured or orphaned or came from other places that couldn't provide homes for them. So basically all our animals are rescues. So if you do find an animal you think needs assistance, please call us first. That way we can direct you to either bring it to us, leave it alone, whatever it needs. So
Right.
we're definitely a resource for wildlife.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate that. And Max, we thank you for coming with us too.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you all for being here. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Talkin Pv.